real chance for greatness in the Middle East. Without providing specific details or a timetable, in a Truth Social post, he added, "All are on board for something special. First time ever. We will get it done," quote unquote. Trump is scheduled to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday at the White House, aiming to reach a framework for a deal. He also said talks on Gaza with Middle Eastern nations have been intense and that both Israel and Hamas are aware of the discussions, which will continue as long as required. Let's in fact listen into what the US Vice President had to say.
With regard to Gaza, President Trump said that it's, quote, looking like we have a deal that would end the war, bring the hostages back. Can you tell us any more details about that and when we might see that deal roll out?
These things can get derailed at the very last minute. So while I remain very hopeful, I am cautiously hopeful. I'm going to let the diplomats continue to work on this. But our principle here is very simple. We want all the hostages to come home. We want Hamas to no longer be a terror threat to the state of Israel.
Thomas Porteous is live with us, in fact, from New York on this big story. Thomas, we are, of course, getting a hint of what perhaps could be in the offing, with Vice President J.D. Vance saying there in that soundbite that we just played out that he is hopeful for some sort of deal. President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, has said that there is a chance for greatness in the Middle East. What is he implying, Thomas?
Well, it's quite unclear, actually, Uday, what is actually going on here, because we are just following the statements 2 days ago, which Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the UNGA, still maintaining that this war does not seem to be anywhere near over. He said that unrelentlessly that the Israeli forces will continue to go ahead with its highly controversial and widely objected against offensive into Gaza City with the international community's outcry. But of course, then Donald Trump, these statements, it sounds, of course, in the Trump fashion, that something is in motion. We, of course, saw those leaders, Arabic leaders and Islamic leaders, meet with Donald Trump at the start of UNGA week in order to discuss a deal coming out of that region. And so it is unclear whether things have changed. Of course, we did also see that huge statement from President Donald Trump after Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, speak, and he said that Israel won't annex the West Bank. Now, this is hugely significant, as this clearly it's the first time that showing that there might be some sort of indifferences here between Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump when it comes to the future plans of Israel. But of course,
we also do know that there is a meeting of Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu expected tomorrow. What is expected in that meeting? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, of course, we don't exactly know what is on the agenda tomorrow. It's a hugely unpopular war worldwide, but of course in America here as well. Donald Trump says he puts America first. This war is hugely unpopular here. We saw thousands and thousands of people gather here in the streets of New York City to protest Benjamin Netanyahu's attendance here in the United States, of course, defying an ICC warrant, who the United States is not subjected to, but a lot of New Yorkers here wanted to see him arrested. And so it is a hugely, hugely unpopular war. So we are expecting some announcement because in regards to a peace deal, negotiations have fallen completely flat over the past few months, especially given since those attacks in Qatar by the Israeli forces.
Thomas, appreciate you joining us with those details. Meanwhile, Hamas has announced that it has lost contact with 2 hostages amidst intensified Israeli